Good morning, beloveds. I know the camera came on just in time for you to see me sticking my tongue out at you. Sorry about that. And there it goes. All right. I don't know what I was about to say. It looks like the sun's going to come out today, though. All right. It is January 25th. Our title is Today I Walk in the Light of God's Love. Our first quote is, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And that is John 4:24. The next one is, I, the Father of this universe, the Mother, the Supporter, the Grandsire, the Holy One, to be known, the Word of Power. And that is the Bhagavad Gita. And then the last one is the Tao produced one. One produced two, two produced three, three produced all things. And that is the Tao Te Ching, part 1. All right, so our lesson tells us that God is the Father, the Mother, the Supporter, and Grandsire. It tells us that from the oneness of God proceeds the law, the essence, and the word. Then it tells us that God is spirit, God is spirit. Wonderful indeed is this conception of the union of all life, which Jesus proclaimed in ecstasy in his illumination, I and the Father are one. All cause and all effect proceed from the invisible Spirit. Humanity is one with the Spirit and cannot be separated from it. Its word has power because... hang on. Let me read this sentence. Our word has power because our word is the action of God through our thought. Power is, we use it, we do not create it. Let us seek to use the power of this word more generously with a greater idea of beneficence, its abundance, and its availability. When we learn to believe, then our belief is increased. Receiving much, we shall receive. Giving everything, we shall, in return, receive all. Let us be willing to die to the lesser in order to become resurrected into the greater. This is the true meaning of the thought that we must lose our lives in order to find them. Naturally, we must let go of ignorance if we would gain knowledge. We must stop walking in darkness if we would walk in the light. Today, I walk in the light of God's love. Today, I am guided and my guidance is multiplied. I know exactly what to do, exactly how to do it. There is an inspiration within me which governs every act, every thought, in certainty, with conviction and peace. All right. So what got my attention, because we talk about where we come from, who we are, all of that, the oneness into the multiplicity, the oneness into the variety, I got that. But what got me is the second half, where let us seek to, okay, well, it starts here. Power is, we use it, we do not create it. All right, we know this. We know this. Let us seek to use the power of this word more generously with a greater idea of beneficence, its abundance and availability. And I think that's one of the things where the work is. It's like, okay, the power is, and it is an inexhaustible source. We cannot use that power up. Well, if that's the case, then why aren't we using it for everything? Why do we just reserve it for special occasions? It's kind of like the good china. We only bring the good china out on special occasions. Well, life is a special occasion. Why don't we use the good china more often? We might use the good china once a year if we're lucky. Why not use it more often? Same thing with this power. This power is, and the power of our word, the power of the law, the power of love is coming from an inexhaustible source. We do not create it. Therefore, it costs us nothing in terms of creating it. It does cost us in terms of using it, but it is still coming from an inexhaustible source, which means as we use it, we are refreshed and refilled, because as any practitioner will tell you, the benefit of treating for other people is you are treating yourself. You are receiving benefits for the treatments that you do for other people. So why not use it all the time? When your life is a spiritual practice, then everything's easier. Now, does this mean that we have to walk around all high and holy and, what have you? No. We're human beings and we've got stuff to do, and we're going to have a variety of emotions. But let's stop reserving that power for special occasions. Let's use it. That's one of the reasons why we teach. One of the first things we teach is parking spaces. It's like, because it's a silly little use. But, everybody needs a parking space. And if you use it for parking spaces, why not use it for every little thing in your life? Why not speak your word about absolutely everything? The power's there. It's infinite. You cannot use it up. You are not the one creating it. So you are not diminishing your stores. It is coming through you. Use it. And use it for everything. Big, little, doesn't matter. So, today I walk in the light of God's love. And John 4:24, God is spirit, and they that worship God must worship God in spirit and in truth. And then the Bhagavad Gita is being clear about God is absolutely everything. I, the Father of this universe, the Mother, the Supporter, the Grandsire, the Holy One, to be known, the Word of Power. And I think the reason they chose that is because of that final sentence, the Word of Power. Spirit is everything, including us. So that was the Bhagavad Gita. And then the Tao produced one produced two produced three produced all things. And he says it later on down in here where he illuminates, Raymond and Ernest illuminate what they think that the three is the oneness of God precedes the law, the essence, and the word. So that's Ernest and Raymond's idea of the three that produced all things. The law, the essence, and the word. Okay, so that was the Tao Te Ching part 1. So our lesson tells us that God is the Father, the Mother, the Supporter, the Grandsire. Absolutely everything. God is the Creator. We are co-creators. We are not the Creator, but we are co-creators, meaning we have the ability to use that same creative energy, that same creative power to create. But we create with, not by ourselves. It tells us that the oneness of God precedes the law, the essence, and the word. The how, the what, and the vehicle, or framework maybe, that might be. Then it tells us that God is spirit, all right? Wonderful indeed is this conception of the union of all life, which Jesus proclaimed in the ecstasy of his illumination. Jesus said, I and the Father are one. When we recognize that we are created of, that we are made of the same substance that God is, then so much more becomes possible. So much more becomes possible when we recognize who we are. We are beloved children of God. All right, so all cause and all effect proceed from the invisible spirit. Humanity is one with the spirit and cannot be separated from it. All right? It is what we are because it is what we are made from. You cannot separate us from the Spirit of God. Our word has power because our word is the action of God through our thought. When we think we are using God power, why not act like it? Think big thoughts. Power is, we use it, we do not create it. And that is where the burden can come off of us. We are not creating the power. We don't have to create the power. All we have to do is use it rightly, responsibly, lovingly. We don't have to create it though. Let us seek to use the power of this word more generously. It's not special occasion China. It is everyday China. Use it. Use it. So use the power of this word more generously with a greater idea of beneficence and its abundance and availability. When we learn to believe, then our belief is increased, which is why we say we teach you what to believe, or we don't teach you what to believe. We teach you how. What you believe is up to you. Now, we do want you to believe that you are a beloved child of God. So, but we don't teach you what to believe. We teach you how. And from there, you can do wondrous things. You can do wondrous things. Receiving much, we shall receive. Giving everything, we shall in return receive all. Let us be willing to die to the lesser in order to be resurrected into the greater. Know who you are. You're not just human. You are spirit, having a human experience. And that is the greater. This is the true meaning of the thought that we must lose our lives in order to find them. We got to know who we are. Naturally, we must let go of the ignorance if we would gain knowledge. We must stop walking in darkness if we would walk in the light. And when he talks about darkness, he's not talking about evil. He's talking about ignorance. When we know better, we do better. Walk in the light, know who you are, and accept the power of your word, and then use it. Today, I walk in the light of God's love. Today, I am guided, and my guidance is multiplied. I know exactly what to do, exactly how to do it. Your guidance is there. All you got to do is listen. And more importantly, ask. There is an inspiration within me which governs every act, every thought, in certainty, with conviction and peace. All right. So, the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to use this power more generously. To use our word more generously. To understand that we have the power to create and then to do it. Everybody lives in their own little world. Create yours with love. Create the world you want to live in. You have that power. And then we meet on the edges. All right, beloved, that is the mission. I also, as I always do, I'm going to encourage you in the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever it looks like. Absolutely, whatever it looks like. We are coming up, baby. It is a spiritual practice. It is a habit that I am encouraging you to create so that no matter what happens, your response to yourself will be loving, will be kind, will be compassionate. Because if you can do it for yourself, you can do it for anybody. As I say, it's easy to do it for people you love. It's generally easy to do it with strangers. It's harder to do it for yourself, and it's harder to do it when people catch you off guard. So, practice. Practice, 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 because practice makes permanent. All right, beloveds. I'm going to move into the process of my day, but I'm going to encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body, to drink plenty of water. Go get that face full of sun. Since the sun is actually out now, at least where I live. And open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It is all around us. It is up to us to look for it, to see it, to feel it. And one of the ways we can do that is by looking for the good and praising it. Let him be. Sorry, I now have 4 cats, and so I'm trying to make sure that one of them doesn't irritate the other elderly ones. So I am going to tell you to have a great day, an amazing day, a wonderful day, a enchanting day, a magical day, a sunny day, a keeping warm day, because it's a little chilly out there, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. All right, beloveds, take care of yourself. Check us on the social medias. This is Rita. This is the one I was trying to keep from annoying the elderly old man that you may be able to see just over my shoulder here. Let's see. Well, no. There he is. That little gray ball of fur there. But know that you're loved. And know that Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. And I will see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. 9 a.m. All right, beloveds. I will see you next time. Know that you're loved.